Good morning, guys. It's a beautiful day here in the valley. Check out the mountains. It's kind of partially cloudy. It's nice and cool. It's actually great weather for sleeping in your car because it's about mid-60s and it's not too hot and it's not too cold. If you're going to be living in your car, this is the perfect weather for that. You don't want to do it when it's too hot and you don't want to do it when it's too cold. The subject that I wanted to talk about today is what I wanted to talk about today is where to park your car so that the cops don't bother you when you're sleeping in your car. Because the first few days I slept in my car, I really wasn't sure where to park, and I live in a relatively small town, so there aren't that many places to park. Now, you can find a lot of people who do this, who live in their van or their car, and they will usually tell you that Walmart parking lots allow for people to park their cars overnight, and it's true. If you really have nowhere to go, you can find a Walmart, and you can park there overnight, and you can sleep there in your van or your car. But I don't like to do that because it's kind of like, I don't want to be living at Walmart. I don't want more parking lot. So you want to find a place that is peaceful, that is quiet, but not too remote. Because if you find a really remote spot next to somebody's house, they might call the cops. They might be like, "Hey, honey, what's this car doing right outside of our house?" Or if you are in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a country road, then it's a little dangerous because there's no one around you, and someone's gonna think, "Oh, look, there's an abandoned car. Let's pick the lock. Let's rob this car." Or you don't want strangers messing with your car. You want to be somewhere near So you want to be somewhere near other people because that's safer. So, for example, if you look at behind me, I'm on the residential street, and behind me, the downtown is just there. And there's a big parking lot over here. And there's actually, they're all gone now, but just next to that wall, there were people living in RVs. There was a bunch of RVs parked over there the other night, and people were having bonfires and all that stuff. But as you can see from what I just showed you, this is an area, I'm pretty close to the downtown, actually. But at the same time, this is a quiet street, and you can see that you can park on the curb. There are other people that are parked alongside the curb. It's not a red curb, which means you're allowed to park here as long as you want. And this is exactly what you want. You want a quiet, dead-end street. This isn't actually a dead-end street because you can take a left, but you want a quiet street like this that is quiet, but not too remote. So you can see that there's housing behind me. So if I'm parked here overnight, a cop's not going to get suspicious because I could just be visiting these people behind me. I could be staying at the hotel, whatever. It's not suspicious to park here. And I'm not going to get harassed. And I've never been harassed in this spot. And I've been living in my car for 2 weeks now. I haven't slept in the car every single night. I have crashed at friends' houses a few times. But the majority of the time I have been sleeping in my car. And none of my friends know that I am living in my car, so they can't really watch this video. I never got harassed by a cop, but I did get disturbed by a cop. So I was sleeping in my car. It was about 2 in the morning, and it was really cold, and it was before I had my warm blanket. I didn't really have a warm blanket. I was just wearing a lot of clothes, and I was covering up myself with a jacket, and that's not a good idea in the winter. So I was running the car. I turned the car on, and I was running the heat. I was heating up the car. And suddenly, so when the car is on, it has lights on. So suddenly this cop pulls up, and I was parked in a little dead-end street next to a house. It wasn't too far from downtown, but it was a little street. No other cars were there. And this cop pulls up right next to me, and he knocks on my window. And he was very nice. He was just like, "Hey, what's going on? Are you okay?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm fine." He says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm resting." And he goes, "Okay." are you, he asked if I was in trouble. I said, no, everything's fine. I'm just resting. I'm taking a nap because I'm tired. And he goes, do you have a place to stay? I said, well, not tonight, but I will tomorrow. That's what I told him. I said, it's just for one night. He was like, okay, well, the car was running. I just want to make sure that you're okay. And I just want to make sure that you're safe. So it was actually a very good cop. He didn't harass me, didn't give me a hard time about being here. And I think this was public land. I wasn't even sure. And he didn't know either. He's like, well, just, if it's private land, they can kick you out. I said, that's fine. I'll be gone in the morning. And the second time, I was staying overnight on a parking lot of a shopping center, but it was in Walmart. And they actually, I don't think they allow cars to stay there overnight, because at 4 in the morning, I saw lights, and I was laying down in my seat. And I saw lights, and I didn't get up because I didn't want to I didn't want to alert the person that someone's in the car. I wanted them to think that no one is in the car. And it was a cop. I kind of peeked through a corner, and it was a cop. I saw the cop lights, and he was writing down my registration number, my license plate number, and I'm sure he was just checking whether it's not a stolen car. And he kind of idled by my car for about maybe 10 minutes, and then he drove away. So I never interacted with that cop. He was just checking me out, making sure that there was no funny stuff going on. So those were the only 2 times I got stopped, that cops stopped by my car while I was sleeping in my car. Other than that, I haven't been harassed at all, although I always lock my door. All 4 doors are always locked when I go to sleep. So again, to summarize, find a quiet residential street or a Walmart parking lot or other parking lot that allows overnight parking if you're not sure. Don't park where there's a red curb or a yellow curb, where there's limited parking, where you can't park overnight. Lots of parking lots, even though they're free during the day, they don't like when you park overnight. So someone might call the cops on you, and they're going to kick you out. They're going to make you move. Don't park in places that are too busy, because passerbys are going to harass you. They're going to, if people coming back from parties or whatever, they might see, oh, look, someone's living in that car. They might give you a hard time. I don't know. It depends where you are. If you're in a big city. If you're in a small town, that's not going to happen. But find a safe space, and you should be fine. The cops are usually good about this. They don't really harass people. If you're not harassing anyone else, they're not going to harass you. And make sure that I always cover up my windows a little bit. And this is very makeshift. This is just like my shirt's hanging in the window. But I usually have my windows covered so that the outsiders don't see in. And my windows are tinted anyway, so they can't really see. People can't see me sleeping inside. But if you don't have tinted windows, I would make makeshift covers, or you can buy covers on your windows and put them at least on your back windows. That way, when you're sleeping on your back seat, people can't see you, and nobody will know that there's a person there. And that might be better for your privacy and peace of mind. Other than that, it's been a great experience. I am enjoying doing this. It's so weird. It's just it's a different kind of life. And I'm really, really enjoying this so far. Check with you guys later. Bye.